Hello students, today I am going to brief you about chapter 3, that is fiber to fabric. Students, as you all know, clothes are worn according to the climatic condition. In summer we wear cotton clothes that are good absorbers of sweat and help ourselves feel comfortable. In rainy season we use raincoats, rubber boots and umbrellas to prevent ourselves from getting wet. On the other hand, in winter we wear thick woolen clothes to keep our body warm. Different types of clothes are made from different fibers. You have learned about different types of fibers in the previous class. You know that fibers are of two types, natural fibers and man-made fibers. Natural fibers are also of two types, plant fibers like cotton and jute and animal fibers like wool and silk. There are different types of animal fibers. We will study about animal fibers in this chapter. Animal fibers are obtained from animals. They are of mainly two types, wool and silk. Wool is obtained from sheep, goat, camel, yak and some other animals. These wool-yielding animals bear hair on their body. Silk is another animal fibers obtained from silkworm. First, I am going to discuss about wool. Wool is the soft, thick hair which grows on the bodies of the sheep and some other animals. It is a type of a protein that can trap air in it. Being a poor conductor of heat, wool keeps the animals warm. The thick covering of wool on a sheep is called fleece. It is of two types. One is soft underhair part which is close to skin and another is the hard upper hair part. Usually the underhair part is used to prepare soft wool. Wool fibers have the power to absorb and give off moisture. They can absorb moisture almost 1/3 of their own weight. Wool is generally creamy white in color, although some breeds of sheep produce natural colors such as black, brown, silver and random mixes. Next, there are some animals that are going to yield wool. The main source of wool is sheep, although it is also obtained from goats, camels, yaks and llamas. Now I am going to discuss some of the animals. There are many breeds of sheep that yield wool. The best and finest wool is obtained from the merino sheep. Next we have goat. Wool is also obtained from the underfur of some goats. A very fine, soft and lustrous wool fiber known as mohair is obtained from Angora goats. They produce a very soft and warm fiber called cashmere. So cashmere is a rare and expensive fiber and is combed from the bellies of the cashmere goats. Next we have camel. The fleece of camel gives off soft, warm and lightweight wool. The best quality camel wool is obtained from Bactrian camels of Siberia, Mongolia and China. Along with that we have alpaca, vicuna and llama are the animals that belong to the camel family and are mostly found in South America. A very fine, lustrous and lightweight wool is obtained from these animals. Rabbit and yak. From these two also we are getting the wool. Next, I am going to explain you about the processes of wool production. So the processing of woolen fabric from the sheared fleece involves these following steps. First one is the shearing. The process of removal of fleece from the body of animals like sheep is known as shearing. It is done with the help of a pair of scissors or a shearing machine, and the person who removes the wool is called a shearer. The process of shearing does not hurt the sheep. In fact, the removal of fleece during the month of summers so that it helps the sheep to keep its body cooler. Next we have scouring. The raw sheared fleece is washed with the detergent and alkali in tanks to remove grease, dust and dirt. This process in which the shorn hair is treated to remove grease and dirt is called scouring. Nowadays this scouring is done using machine. Here comes next sorting. The process of removal of any damaged and stained wool from the fleece is known as sorting. Next is grading. The process of grouping of wool according to their length, color, texture and age of dyeing is known as grading. Dyeing. The natural color of the fleece of the sheep and goats is white, brown or black. So the sheared wool is dyed in various colors depending on the requirement. After that, there is a drying process. So after dyeing, the wool is dried. The dyed wool is made to pass through the machines that squeeze out the excess water, and then it is packed into the bales for transport to the mill. Next comes spinning. The fibers after drying are oiled, straightened, combed, washed, twisted and spun into yarns. The fibers are strengthened by keeping them under rollers to stretch them and twisted into yarns. And here comes the last process, that is weaving and knitting. The larger fibers are spun into yarns are knitted for making sweaters, whereas the shorter fibers are spun and woven into other woolen clothes. So these are the different processes of the wool production. Next we have health hazards in the wool industry. The workers, those who are working in the wool industry, they are having many health hazards. So the major health hazard faced by the people working in the wool industry is an infection called anthrax. It is a common bacterial disease of goats and sheep and might affect the workers involved in the shearing and sorting processes. And because of that, it is also known as sorter's disease. This disease leads to skin, lung and intestinal disorders and also results in the lesion in the arms, neck and lungs. The uses of the chemical dyes may result in irritation of eyes, infection of skin, lungs and breathing problems. And along with that, if there is an inappropriate ventilation or high temperature and humidity at the workplace, that also harm the general health of the worker. And hearing loss is the another health hazard faced by the workers of the wool industry due to the loud noise made by machines during the processing of the wool. So that's all for today. Thank you.